Hi there, it's Riikka Kovasin here with another video for A.B.Studio. This time I'm making a scrapbooking layout. I'm mixing two collections in this layout. They are cream and diary. I'm making the base using the cream collection and then adding details from the diary. First, I'm making the background. I'm adding strips from my recipe to the Feel It sheet and creating a base for my composition thus. I'm using double-sided adhesive to just adhere these little strips to the paper. Then I'm adding some masking tape in the mix. It's also in neutral tones, so it will go nicely with the neutral tones of the collection. Then I will add some stamping. Even though the papers have some kind of pattern of their own, I'm adding a little bit more to the center where I'm then placing the composition and the photo. I'm using two stamps from A.B.Studio with just one ink and kind of mixing those two patterns. The stamps are ID-135 and 1020. Then I add some color on top. I'm adding a little bit of water to the paper and then sprinkling these paper artsy infusions on top, and then I'm adding a lot of water to kind of make them more flowy, and I'm also using a brush to spread the color, but I'm wanting it to have kind of this tea-toned grungy impact on just one spot more than all over the layout. After that, I then dry the page. After drying the color layer, I then added some dimensional stenciling to the layout. I used a stencil and some modeling paste and added these white markings here and there. I then dried the page before moving on. The stencil I used was ID-61. After drying, it's then time to make the actual composition. I'm using a chipboard element as kind of my base for the whole thing, and I'm just stapling it onto the paper. I'm leaving as it is because the neutral tones of the chipboard will go nicely with the tones of the layout. This chipboard I'm using, it's ID-179. After adhering the chipboard piece in place, I then add some cut out elements from the diary papers. First, this bigger floral image behind the photo, then the photo in place with foam tape, and then I'm adding these smaller floral images or patterns here and there to make the composition a little bit fuller. The florals are cut from memories of the diary collection and also from Can't Feel It. After I'm happy with the florals, it's then just a few finishing touches before the layout is completed. After recording the video, I will also trim the excess strips off from the edges of the layout. After adding all the flowers in places, I then added a small saying next to the photo, which is from Rustical Time die-cut ephemera pack. I'm also adding a kind of bow type of ribbon to the left side of the photo to add a little bit interest there, but again following the same color scheme I have going on. And then I used just half pearls and sequins to finish the page. I'm just kind of drizzling them all over the composition to add a little bit of shine there. And then the layout is done. And here's the finished layout. I hope you liked the video and found it helpful. If you did, please consider subscribing and also hit that bell sign to be notified when a new video comes alive. Thank you so much for watching. Wishing you a nice day. Thank you. Bye.